Hi, Chargers. Welcome back to your Charger podcast. I'm Ava Wood.
I'm Marissa Blakemore.
And I'm Alexa Deutsch.
And today we're going to be talking about some activities you guys can do this summer to make it more fun and just get excited for the summer coming up.
Yes, so the very first activity, which is one of my favorites, is Elitch Gardens. It is one of the best amusement parks ever. And it is so fun, like just going with so many friends. It's like such an adrenaline rush, so many options of things. I've only not gone on one ride because I'm too scared still. But it is so fun. They have a water park and an amusement park. So I suggest going there and getting a summer pass to get it.
So much cheaper.
Yes, it's so much cheaper than a day pass.
Also, get there earlier in the day because if you're going to go, like you want to, especially if you're not going to get the summer pass, you want to make a day out of it. And sometimes the lines can be really long. So I would say to maybe go like Monday through Thursday. I would try to avoid it on the weekend because it's a little crazy.
And it brings out like the inner child in you. Every time I go, I just think of childhood memories and it's just so fun. Next is my favorite more than Elitch's is Waterworld. A classic. Waterworld is so much fun. It's so big. There's a ton of rides. Like you will find every single ride you could possibly imagine there. They even have like a roller coaster ride. And it's not super expensive. Like you can get a four pack for four people, and it's not bad. But that is my all-time favorite. If you want to tan and you also want to have fun, go to Waterworld. And the wave pool is super, super fun. But be careful because I did actually drown, and the lifeguard had to save me one time when I was 5 years old in the wave pool. So be careful about that one.
You want to avoid childhood trauma.
Yeah. It's a little scary still, but it's okay.
The next one we're going to be talking about, these are some free activities you can do. Hiking and cliff jumping is one of my favorite things. However, just make sure you're careful. Sometimes Mary's Glacier and Paradise Cove are the two most popular ones. Mary's Glacier is okay. It's just super cold water, so just make sure you're prepared for that if you do go cliff jumping there. It's such a pretty hike to get there too, though. Paradise Cove as well. It's about 2 hours away from here, 2.5 hours. Just be so careful when you're there. The water is pretty shallow, and I would just let somebody. There's always a lot of people there. It's a super cool spot and a super fun spot to hike to. It's really fun just to see other people like jumping and stuff. Just be super careful. Last year there was a ton of rain, so there wasn't as much of an issue. But I'm not sure how this summer is going to look. So just make sure you have somebody maybe jump in before you and see where they're jumping, just so you don't hit anything. Some other really cool hikes that I've just kind of created a list of and are some of my favorites. Hanging Lake, Garden of the Gods is a super cool one in Colorado Springs. And when you're there, I highly suggest going to Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Also, it's a zoo on a mountain. You can feed giraffes lettuce. It's the coolest thing ever. I love giraffes, and it was so fun. The Flatirons in Boulder are super cute. You can go get a little coffee when you're out there, too. Little Hawaii is a hike. It's in Bear Creek Falls. Rainbow Falls, Elda for Three Sisters, Elk Mountain Park, and Lair the Bear is also a really cool one just outside of Morrison.
Okay, the next one is Urban Air. I've gone to Urban Air so many times, and it's not that expensive, and it has so many things. Not only does it have like trampolines and stuff like that, but it has like dodgeball. It has like a zip line, I'm pretty sure, but certain like packages come with it. But Urban Air is a really good one. And then the next one is Slick City. We went there with our flag football team. It's kind of in a bad area. It's on Colfax. But in the inside, it is super nice and super fun. You basically like get a mat, and there are a bunch of different slides and like things you can jump off of. And it keeps you entertained no matter what age you are.
Also is Skate City. That one's pretty close. It's over by like Columbine area. But just roller skating. There's a lot of little kids, so beware because you will run them over. But they have roller skating, they have some arcade games, and then they have food. They have ices, which I really like. And the biggest thing that we do most often is probably go to Chatfield Reservoir. Just go down to the lake. It's really flooded right now, so there's not a lot of beach, but there's a lot of areas you can go and park, and there's tables so you can picnic, like bring food. We always play volleyball there, and the water isn't too cold. It's really nice to go in. You can paddleboard there or anything. It's just really fun to go with your friends.
It's super fun at night too. They have barbecue stuff, like barbecue setups you can use. So if you go, like, there's that whole volleyball court kind of on the left side of Chatfield when you go, and if you drive down a little bit, not all the way to the boat ramps, but in that area they have all these different barbecues, like not barbecues, but little setups you can have barbecues there and hang out with friends.
Yeah, they also have a marina that has really good food, but we always like to either bring food and have lunch, like Jersey Mike's. We did that the other day. We brought Jersey Mike's, or afterwards go get acai bowls. Is so good and refreshing.
The next thing is tubing in Golden. I discovered this a couple summers ago. It's pretty reasonably priced, and it's definitely a whole day activity. But you pick up your tubes kind of in the center of Golden, and you walk about, I don't even know, 10 to 20-ish minutes up the river, and there's a spot kind of where you can put your tubes in. It's so fun. You just tube down. If you get a big group, it's so fun. There's just like little divots and stuff, and you kind of just float down the river. It honestly is like a 3-hour activity. It's super fun, and it's super reasonably priced. And at the end of it, there's a little restaurant kind of up, and it has a scan card. The ice cream there, I just remember, was so good, and I just had such a fun time. We went with family friends last summer, and we always bring people from out of town there. It's just a really cool spot to go if you haven't gone before, and Golden's just such a cool town to go check out as well. Another one's golfing, whether you go to like a driving range. Topgolf's more pricey, but that's another one we really like. If you go during the day, especially with Topgolf, it's actually pretty reasonable. It's about, especially if you have a group of up to 6, or because the bays have 6 people in it, it can be like $14 if you go during the day. And just going at driving range, Foothill's the one right by our school. You can get a whole thing of golf balls for, I think, $5 to $10, and it's just fun to go with some friends and do that. As well as I know a lot of people, sometimes people haven't golfed before, but it's really fun to go on a round of golf. I did that with my dad this summer, and it's just fun to like be out on the golf cart and just be outside, honestly. But
Another one is a very popular one, and it's almost like our default like activity to go do. It's like pickleball, or beach volleyball at the ranch house you can do, or the North Ranch. Be careful though for the North Ranch, because you have to like reserve your pickleball courts like before. So you can't just show up for that one. Also, last Sunday when we went, it was really, really busy, and people did end up reserving spots at the ranch house. So make sure you reserve your pickleball courts for like a slotted time, but those are one of like the most fun activities you could do.
Along with that too is going to the pool. The ranch house pool is really nice, and it actually just got renovated like, I don't know, a year or two ago. So it's super fun and big. And then there's also the North Ranch pool, is the Bradford pool, I think. That one's kind of small, but it also has the pickleball courts and the sand volleyball courts next to it. And then there's the main pool that's in the valley, and that one has a slide and 2 diving boards, so that one's super fun.
another thing you can kind of do, I know nights sometimes are hard in the summer, is just do a craft. There's so many things just on TikTok or social media of things you can do. Like Alexa and I are doing bikini boxes soon. You just kind of paint a box and you can keep all your swimsuits in. It's just fun little crafts that aren't super expensive and you can just use long term. Also, there's super cool places you can like paint pottery and go do that, especially if it's kind of a bad day outside. So you can do something fun there.
The next one is the Renaissance Festival, which I don't know if many people know what that is, but I don't know. If you're into it, you're into it. You can go, and a lot of people dress up, so they'll wear like, I don't know, old-timey clothes, or they'll dress like kings and queens and knights and jokers and stuff. And there's just a ton of like food. There's little pickle trucks and turkey legs, and there's a bunch of activities like throwing tomatoes at people's heads, and people will like make you crowns or face paints, or you can get I got a toe ring, henna tattoos. Like, it's just a lot of interesting, fun stuff that you couldn't really get anywhere else. And I think it's past Castle Rock, maybe like 45 minutes away. But yeah, super fun.
Yeah, just look for different festivals. A lot of times they have like farmers markets and stuff
Ooh, yes.
in your area, and you can just go get some fruit with some friends or go just check it out. They're all super cool booths. Another really fun thing at Evergreen, Bear Creek, and Chatfield, you can rent like paddle boards or even the paddle boats you can rent at Evergreen. It's pretty reasonably priced. I love doing it in Evergreen. You can get a paddle boat and then you can just go get lunch in Evergreen. It's just a fun activity to do. And just paddleboarding is so fun with some friends, so that's always a good option.
Another one is Red Rocks. Red Rocks can be used for like daytime or nighttime. I know nighttime Red Rocks has a lot of concerts, and they used to do this thing that they probably will do this summer where they have like different movie nights, and you can just sit on the Red Rocks like with a blanket and some friends, just watch movies. But also in the morning, a lot of people like go on runs at Red Rocks. They run the stairs at Red Rocks, or even do like goat yoga at Red Rocks. So like there's so many things you can do. Just find them like online and sign up and do it.
The next one is the Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park, which that's in Glenwood Springs, but you take this little gondola up to the top of like a little mountain, and there's a whole amusement park at the top. So they have like an alpine slide. They have kind of a Tower of Doom kind of thing that drops you to the bottom of the mountain, and just a bunch of fun stuff like that. I think they have a couple little animal things too, and it's fun if you're up there. So check that out.
Another one is very simple, but movie nights. I love movie nights with my friends, like getting popcorn, like chilling, getting down, and even like going to AMC. Especially if you get like a Stubbs card, it's a lot cheaper, so consider that. Then another one is Lookout Mountain. Lookout Mountain is around 20 minutes away from Chatfield, I'm pretty sure, and it's really pretty during the day, but it's way more pretty during the nighttime, just to like be with your friends. You can sit on top of cars like with blankets and stuff like that, and it's really, really nice, except there is a really, really windy road, so make sure to be careful when you're driving up to there.
The stars are so pretty too, so make sure to look up.
It's also really fun to bring food when you do that too. Just make like a whole night out of it, get some dinner and everything. It's a super cool spot. Another really, I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory, but bike rides. I know that was totally the thing during COVID summer, but honestly, it's so fun just to go on a bike ride sometimes. I think a lot of times, like I haven't gone on one in so long just because I've had my license for a while now, but sometimes it's just such a fun way to just go do something for an hour, because I know sometimes you just have so much time. It's hard to find an idea. So maybe just go for a bike ride.
And then the final one is drive-in movies, which I go to this place. It's called the 88 Theater, and it's kind of far away, and it's in a bit of a sketchy area, so you definitely want to be careful and make sure that you have like a group of people. But they're open right now, so you can start going now, and they basically have 2 or 3 movies that play every night, like one starting at 6 and then 9 and then 12. But they're movies that are in the theaters, so you can go and see a new movie, park your car and like set up blankets in the back and have food and popcorn and drinks, and it's just super fun, a different way to watch a movie.
We hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and hopefully it gives you something to look forward to this summer. So thank you guys for listening, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.